got a lobster, you got a magnet. Lobster's a 10, I haven't told you grab it.
Yo!
Welcome to Lobster Magnets Review, the channel, the review. I'm here with my buddy Gorogregoro.
Yep, that's me. Gorogregoro.
And in the incredible upset of this week, Dr. Stone was immensely better than Promised Neverland's chapter this week, which was kind of fucking amazing.
What a fucking world we live in.
I never thought I would see that, but like I really like this chapter. It was like everything I want this series to be.
Yeah, like they have a plan for like how to build up to this this cure-all thing. And
They're gonna make motherfucking penicillin.
Yeah, and they have to go through all these steps in order to get to that.
And yeah, I like it. I like all the science, all the other stuff. It's freaking great. It's great. I love that like splash page where they show all the elements they need to make it, and like we can't make penicillin from like mold and bacteria, so we're gonna have to use the other method with stone, and we're gonna get all the elements. And oh look, we got a magnet. We're gonna get iron from the beds of the rocks, and we're gonna just like science the crap out of it.
Yeah, it's like a speed run towards like civilization.
Yeah, it's like I love it that they're like building these elements little by little, and of course Seku does his like evil face, and there's even like a little bit of.
You mean cuckoo.
Oh, he's so edgy with his love for science. It's amazing. But this was a really, really solid chapter. I was really pleased with it. Greg, what are your thoughts?
I agree. This chapter, it highlighted a lot of the things that made the series great to begin with, where we wanted a series that just had people trying to progress to rebuild civilization, and these are like the very early steps in how to do that, to get the cure-all to help what's her name's sister, Rooster Lady's sister.
Why did you call her Rooster Lady?
I forgot her name. Kohaku. Yes. Yeah. Kohaku's sister.
Or cure her of her waifu-itis, but obviously if Dr. Stones can succeed with his incredible penicillin, even though we have no idea what the illness is, but still, I still love this, that they're like using science, and he's like, getting all these ingredients and showing how much he can use his, Bill Nye level of understanding of science to improve civilization, which to me is like incredibly engaging.
Yeah, and it makes the series fun. It's like he has this little team of people who are helping him out, just like Endurance Guy and cheat level arts and craft girl is.
Well, here's a good question. Do you think Chrome and Kohaku are more interesting than Endurance Guy and arts and crafts girl?
At the moment, yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with that. Like, Chrome is like better with science, and it's more interesting to see his like basic bitch science level skill. He loves to learn all the crap from Dr. Stone, so that's an interesting dynamic. And I don't know, Kung Fu Girl is like prettier than the other girl, and she knows caveman kung fu, so that makes her more interesting than arts and crafts girl.
Yeah, I guess one of the things that Endurance Guy had going for him was that he was just kind of this exact polar opposite of Science Guy, so it was fun to see them interact with each other.
True.
But besides that, I think these characters, they're going to help progress the story a lot quicker, a lot better. So that's why I like them more.
Yeah, it does feel like it's he's got this civilization that he's slowly going to win over. It's satisfying to see him use his science skills to like win over this civilization. And once he has that, like, all these people at his beck and command, what is he going to be able to build? How much is he going to be able to progress things? And that dynamic is definitely very interesting.
Yeah, this is like a really fun series of several chapters so far of Dr. Stone. Is very lighthearted compared to like all the dramatic caveman battle with Primal Guy.
Yeah,
I forget his name.
I forget it too. It was not the series' strong point. It was not a good thing. I love this. We are not gods, or nor are we geniuses. One step at a time. That's how we're going to work our way forward to create this.
Yeah, and I wanted them to get back to this more fun side of things, and they're finally doing it, and I'm happy. And it reminds me of some of the positives of iShield 21, which I keep on referencing over and over again.
Well, of course, you're not wrong to reference it because it's from the same writer, but I'm still looking for you to connect the ephemeral thread that ties iShield 21 in theme or how the story's handled to Dr. Stone.
Yeah, it's just looking at iShield 21. I actually looked at iShield 21 before doing this review, and I noticed the panel progression seems very similar. It's it always jumps from super dramatic moment to moment with
remember
Dr. Stone.
Though that the artist, two completely separate artists are working on iShield 21 because there's one writer, but he worked with two very different artists for iShield 21 and Dr. Stone.
Yeah, but I think the writer also has some
stylistic ticks.
He might have some influence in how the paneling is done, because it seems pretty similar in a lot of respects. But maybe the artist this artist looked at his previous work and was just oh, maybe I should try it in this style, because in iShield 21 it worked pretty well for there.
True, there is that sort of possibility that you'd have to see the script, and of course, even if we saw the script, it wouldn't make any fucking sense to us, given the fact that it would all be in Japanese.
Yeah, so we might never know how this process is dealt with, and what influenced what.
If you ever skim through something on iShield 21 and feels like it's a correlation of Dr. Stone, point it out to me, and I might include it in the video, a side-by-side thing that's shows that stylistically they're very similar.
Well, let me see. What if I'm going through iShield 21 right now.
Don't kill yourself for it. We don't want to waste people's time with you just messing around with stuff. Save it for the next one. There's always the next review. But yeah, this is definitely one of the strongest chapters I've seen in a while from this thing, and it's nice to see that Dr. Stone is not embarrassing me, because I was a Dr. Stone, even jealous, proponent, supporter, and then I felt embarrassed because the series started to take a downward trend, but now it's course correcting and starting to become what it should be all along.
I still my faith still wavers a little bit on Dr. Stone, based on that one series of chapters that took a huge nosedive. But this is definitely in a better direction than what that was before. It's still I still don't like the general result of those chapters, but I mean, this is very lighthearted and fun, and it's sort of distracting me from what went so terribly before, and I like that.
That's the beauty of this manga, is that the fact that because it's produced on such a consistent basis that it does have time to course correct and adjust based on the reader feedback, and sometimes you can pull up from a dive tail and become better.
Yeah, that's true. I'm hoping the series really it can really bounce back from that chapter. I mean, it sort of has in a way, but I want to see it continue to do good, and put the story at a higher level than it was at that time. Then True. My faith will be more restored.
It'll be more restored once it's more consistent, and it's kind of funny how Boichi obviously wants to draw erotic characters, and he tries to sneak them in. There was I wouldn't call Dr. Stone a fan servicey manga, but the guy definitely has a fan servicey.
He's got fan service vibes, yes.
Well, I feel like it's not like a fan service storyline, but the artist is like, I'm gonna stick it into there, whether you like it or not. I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna give these like caveman girls the most erotic outfits possible.
Yeah.
So the scene in question is like when she's in like they have Kohaku is like getting iron from like the river, and she's in her like little bikini, and you're getting a little bit of like
my god,
cleavage there. Which
caveman bikini.
Caveman bikini, which is like, I'm still debating whether or not I think it's like fan service or if I think it's tasteful. It's like crossing that line where it like feels like maybe 80% taste or 70% tasteful, 30% fan service. But like that guy, he's like, I'm gonna show that boob whether you like it or not.
Yeah, I think it's fan service, but it's not like he's not like so like flaunting it, like he's not doing like boob jiggle fan service. He's like he just has them in like sexy outfits. Yeah,
and it's not like we haven't had a scene where it's like oh my god, you can't see my vagina and my panty, my cave girl panties or something stupid like that. So it's interesting. Like if you go to like Sunken Rock, his like other signature work, and you just look at the girls and they're like these hyper erotic like mafia girls who were like call girls, and they're just like in the skimpiest outfits, everything's sticking out. It's kind of ridiculous what he got away with in his Mawa world, and you can like see that sort of impulse there.
Do you have any
like trying to
have any images there?
I'm gonna pull something up for you. We see Sunken Rock, ladies. Here, I got an image. I'm not going to include this image in the thing, but if you want to follow along with me, just type in Sunken Rock ladies. I don't think I can get away with this on YouTube. This is actually like that's some nipple in it.
Sunken Rock. Well, let me see.
Yeah, I just sent it to you. But it is kind of funny to like look at like Sunken. This is the main guy of Sunken Rock, and he looks like Dr. Stone, like a mafia version of Dr. Stone, or like what Dr. Stone would like look like when he's like 20 years old, and he's just like, oh, I'm the most strongest, intense badass ever. He's like the Gon forced evolution version of Seku.
yes, he really is. Oh my god. There's like so much like masculine energy like thrown in these drawings, like
it's
all these drawings.
It's so over the top, like it's ridiculous.
It's like North Star, but like not safe for work, and Fist of the North Star, but not safe for work.
Yeah, it's a style of comic you don't really see as much anymore. But so, like I said before, it feels like he wants to like throw in that, but like he's like the story's not letting him, but he's gonna like he's gonna try to anyway, whether you like it or not, which I find kind of hilarious.
This is one image of like. There's this color image of like the main blonde guy from his Sunken Rock, where he's just like grabbing this girl by the ass and like lifting her on his shoulder, just like
suitably, wonderfully like tasteless, but it gives you a sense of what Boichi's sensibilities are. Here's another image of like that we of course will not show because it's too hot for YouTube. Well, actually, I probably could get away with this, but I don't think I'm going to include it. But it tells you a lot about what the artist finds attractive and what he likes to draw.
Absolutely, you could see it definitely bleed into this work for sure. But
it's definitely there.
But it's not like, but it's definitely written by a different person. That's for sure.
Oh god, yeah. Oh god, yeah. It's like it's Sunken Rock is like night and day from Dr. Stone. But it's interesting to see like the impulse of like a different head with a different body, like a Frankensteinian monster of a creation. Where like I'm sure if like he was like writing and drawing Sunken Rock. It would be like, it would be like this sort of like caveman harem, and it'd be all about like, weird adolescent caveman teenager sex fantasies or some shit. and like, people would be like
oh, you mean
like,
if he was in charge of Dr. Stone?
Yeah. If Boichi was actually writing Dr. Stone, he would have like some story arc where like, it would be like people like competing to like murder animals who could bring the most, because like one of the girls would like promise sex or something, or not really explicitly say it, but like, ooh, I'll give you a good time, and then nosebleed, and then they goes to murder animals. That's what I think Dr. Stone would be if Boichi actually had writing responsibilities.
Oh my god, that means. I don't know. I mean, that would be pretty fucking crazy, but we probably would never review a manga like that.
No, I don't think it would, have my, like, I don't think it would engender my affection that, like, Dr. Stone has. So it's a good mix, and it's good to see the, like, two forces fighting each other within the panels of this thing. Between, the classy sci-fi manga and the erotic ninja caveman manga.
Yeah. I think they make a good combo. Like, this Boichi's guys, his drawings are really amazing, but the writer is like sort of holding him back from like doing like absolutely, tasteless shit. Just like, too extreme like for kids and stuff. This is like a good rein in on his skills, and he shows off really well.
Yeah, it's a good mix, because like he does give a lot of energy, and it's like, fun to see this energy for like boring shit, like, scientific elements.
Yeah, exactly. It makes science fun. It's like Bill Nye the Science Guy. It's like watching Bill Nye the Science Guy manga.
It really is, and that's the appeal of this thing. I hope like it inspires a bunch of kids to like, learn that science is boring and terrible, but still pursue it just because they like have this fantasy that they could be like Seku.
Yeah, and they all start to cosplay as Seku with E=mc² fucking lab coats.
Fuck, screw Neil deGrasse Tyson. It's Seku who's going to be the prodigy of science who leads us forward out of the dark age of, global climate change deniers.
I just want to see like, a whole new generations of scientists just like bite their thumbs and just like get so frustrated at some points. They're just like, ugh. What would Senku do? Write down the formula in blood.
What would Senku do? Would Senku give up? Would Senku get bored of this? I'm going to persist through this science! Science!
Yeah, exactly.
So, Greg, I think we've extolled upon this chapter as we've talked about the weird, interesting conflict between erotic cavemen and science. What would you rate this chapter?
It was a good 8.5. 8.5 for me.
I give it like, I give it an 8.5. It wasn't quite like an amazing FEAD9 chapter, but it was a really strong chapter. It was really fun. It's the most fun I've had with Dr. Stone in a while. Well, since these last run. And, it's nice that this is what's ultimately going to make the series stand out and make it feel interesting. And this is what we need more of. And I like it. The sign of a really great manga is when you can, make me care about something I wouldn't normally give a shit about.
Yeah. I feel like this manga definitely puts the fun in science again. This is like Bill Nye all over again. Yeah,
it does, and it makes it fun and interesting. It's like someday I'll drag you into the Shogeki no Soma fold, and that does the same thing for cooking. Which is something normally I wouldn't really care much about, but I love the fantasy that Shogeki no Soma gives of oh my god, I'm gonna be the greatest cooking badass. I'm gonna blaze new trails as I pursue this endless frontier of dishes, and I'm gonna be the incredible improvisational chef who's mixing and matching styles because I am just always looking for the next horizon of recipes. And it's fun because that's an attainable fantasy. You can't be like you can't be in the Promised Neverland. You can't be
like an energy sword wielding Shinigami or
yeah, exactly.
Chakra wielding ninja.
exactly. You can't be a Z fighter, but you can cook. That is an attainable fantasy. And like most of all the dishes are like that they show off in Shogeki no Soma are things you can actually make yourself. And they're like videos of people online recreating those dishes. And while you
That's
can't
pretty
necessarily
cool,
be. Oh yeah, it's great. Like someday, like one of my dream shows I want to do with you is like have like a Shogeki no Soma where you and me like make different dishes from the dish and we like feed them to someone and then they vote on who did better.
Oh my god, it'd be like, God, what's that show? The cooking competition show. It's like
Iron Chef.
Iron Chef, yes. I used to watch Iron Chef all the time, actually.
Yeah, kind of like Iron Chef with like an anime twist because they have like their own Iron Chef. A Shogeki is basically the food war or conflict where like the two chefs fight each other. It's basically like Iron Chef. And, the idea is like when you enter in a Shogeki, you have to wager something, that's of high value against each other.
Yeah. I'd say, though, the original Iron Chef was pretty anime, though. I mean, I never watched the American one. I watched only the Japanese one. That was so cool, over the top. I love that.
But, yeah. And, you could be a scientist, a little amateur chemistry, scientist like Seku. You just need to go do boring stuff and, get labs and experiments and read a lot of stuff. So go at it. I'm not going to beat Seku, but you can, young children who might be watching this.
Well, yeah. Definitely.
So Walter Street, I hope I got your name right. Like, you're the guy who's been consistently commenting the most on these videos. And, if you follow Dr. Stone, you said you were 16 and you're in Georgia, you can be a scientist too and start. It's not too late. Follow the Seku fantasy. Get into stem cells, or STEM careers. Get the mad STEM money.
Is there a stem cell thing you could chill?
No, but you know what? Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good transition. We did the review. I don't know. What do you think we should chill? I think we should chill. Yeah.
The cure-all?
No. Maybe penicillin?
Yeah. Wait, that could end.
Can you buy penicillin in? Let me check. 1 second. Penicillin. Is this it? Infection, vegetarian caps, original formula, dietary supplements?
If anything, you could probably just link Tylenol.
You know what? Okay, I'm gonna do this giant microbes penicillin plush toy. So you can enjoy Dr. Stone with this giant microbes penicillin plush toy as you learn the science behind Dr. Stone. And this feels like something that Seku would have when he was in grade school. So have this thing, celebrate science, buy this thing, or if you don't, buy something else.
Yeah, do that.
Do it. Enjoy science. So, all right, it's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you for watching this video.
All right, have a good one.
Lobster's antennas, but don't you grab it.